All right, folks, our guest now is the author of the Family Time Children's series, whose aim is to reinforce positive values in our children. Her name, Carleen Barrett, and she joins me now. Good morning, Carleen. Welcome to Smile Jamaica.
Good morning, Never. Thank you so much.
Yeah, man, it's a pleasure. I hope all is well with you and your family this very strange time.
Yes, it is. Thank you.
Before I get to this series, in 2012, you wrote Color Me Jamaica Family Time. Tell me about that one. That was your first write, right?
That was my first write, yes. It was a Jamaican coloring and reading book. Simple book for children like 4 to 7 to just reinforce some family principles and to give them activities and a taste of Jamaican culture.
Why you wanted to do that back then?
Well, at that time, my daughter was very young, and I believe that it's very important for us to inculcate good family values and principles in children at an early age.
Yeah.
And so at that stage, I began thinking, hey, it would be good to have something that she can relate to, which was cultural, which had a taste of Jamaica, and which had the things that I thought were important.
Yeah.
And I felt that other parents would welcome such a publication.
Yep,
And that was the beginning of my dream.
Fantastic. So 8 years later, you are now a publication of the Caribbean values-based children's series, Family Time on the Islands with Cavail.
Yes.
Any truth to all of this?
Well, the only truth to that is that the character in that series is named after my daughter. My daughter is Cavail. But, as I mentioned before, I think the whole business of values is very important, and we need to understand the implication of not inculcating values in the children.
Right.
Our children are going to be the future parents and the future leaders. And we only have to take one look at the society today to realize that something is missing and something is wrong.
Yep.
And so I felt very passionate about this, and I decided to develop from a Jamaican book to a Caribbean series because I am just so proud of being a Jamaican and a Caribbean national.
Yep. So the first one you said 4 to 7. This one you said 7 to 12, I think. So why this specific age?
Because in the first book, the thoughts were very simple. I felt that 7 to 12 is a stage where the children are now beginning to understand a bit more the concepts, and I wanted to write stories, a little longer stories that I could use to share these values. So that was really the reason why I moved from the 4 to 7 to the 7 to 12 age group.
Yeah. The series now, take me through it. So in a nutshell, obviously, I don't want you to give away everything because we want people to
go and buy, right?
To go and buy the book more. So tell me where it starts and just quickly what you go through.
Okay, so really quickly, the series introduces a Caribbean character. That was something, again, I felt very strongly about because, we're accustomed to the Barbie and other characters in the day at that time. And I said, we need to have a character that relates to our region, a positive character as well. And so I decided to introduce a character, Cavail, who takes the children on journeys through the Caribbean islands. I'm just quickly showing what the books look like.
Yep.
Some of them, and so there are 6 in the series, and they're very colorful, very beautifully illustrated, and the stories are quite engaging and appropriate for the age group. And the last one is an activity book where there are puzzles and pictures to color and all of that. But really quickly, the books are a journey through the Caribbean islands. So Cavail takes the children on her boat Sunrise, and they visit 14 Caribbean islands, English and Spanish-speaking islands. And each island that they get to, they learn a bit about the culture. They have a nice, fun story to read and simple activities. But more importantly, the stories are built around simple values. And each book has a particular focus.
I was just going to say that. So is the focus one of the 14 countries that Cavail take people to, or no?
The focus is on family values. So, for example, in one book, the stories revolve around treating family members well.
Okay.
Being respectful and that sort of thing. In another book, it speaks about spending quality time as a family. Another one speaks about making home a happy place. So there are values like being forgiving, being encouraging, and so on.
Fantastic.
Another one speaks about being helpful at home, being cooperative, being willing, doing your work diligently, and so on. So each book has a particular focus, and each island has a golden nugget which centers around that value, as I summarized a while ago.
Yep, fantastic. Now, I'm seeing here that you got really good reviews, obviously from other parents and from youngsters, from church leaders, from the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information, the Jamaica Teachers Association, family life professionals, fellow authors, which is fantastic. Where you want this? You want this in the curriculum?
My ultimate aim, yes, is to have it in the curriculum, because I think that, that is where we can ensure that the children get the focus that it deserves.
Yep.
Because what you realize is that a lot of parents will invest in books for school, but often do not invest in other books. And reading is very important, and the values in the books are very important.
Okay. Where can we get them?
The books are available on Amazon. They're also available on a local digital platform called bookfusion.com that persons may not be aware of.
Yeah.
And there is one book that is actually in the stores. The Thumbs Up, Thumbs Down is actually printed locally and in the stores, bookstores, Sangsters, Kingston Bookshop, University Bookshop, Bryan's, and other leading pharmacies.
By the way, if I buy it, I have to buy the series, or I can just choose which one I want, or no?
You can choose one, or better yet, take the entire series. On Book Fusion, there is a bundle deal where you can get the entire series at a special price.
Fantastic.
Or you can purchase them individually.
Okay.
And they are great gifts, for any occasion.
All right. You start the next right yet?
I want to tell you that this is the first of 7 series.
Oh.
This series focuses on family life,
Right.
but there are other values that I think we need to look at as it relates to health, as it relates to the use of technology, as it relates to how the children interact from a community standpoint. So I have other series actually penciled out, and I'm excited. I just need everybody to go shop, get this one going so that I can get the others out.
Fantastic. Come back to us when you get the others out, all right?
Oh, I certainly will.
Great to meet you. Fantastic work, and I pray that it works out for you. Stay safe, you and your family.
Thank you so much for having me.
And say hi to Kavil.
I will.
All right. Author of the Family Time series, Carleen Barrett. All right, so a few art stops.